Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Sunday's extremely exciting, celebratory Doctor Who Daily. Because the hype engine for the Russell T Davies sequel of Doctor Who has begun. Yes, this is going to be a sequel because, as I said to you before, for me, The End of Time Part 2 was always the series finale of Doctor Who, and the rest of it is just Elseworld crap. As far as I'm concerned, that's just my opinion. But take a listen to this. This has really excited me. Stephen Moffat says Russell T Davies' plans for Doctor Who are fantastic. You see, the hype engine has begun because Russell's been very, very quiet, and when asked, he's gone, well, it's not till 2023. I can't talk about it yet. I've got other things to do. We've got this wonderful era from Jodie and Chris. So, you know, I'm not going to talk about it yet. But this is clever. This is so Russell T Davies. He doesn't want to wave his own flag. So he sent his good friend Stephen Moffat to do it for him. But the hype is real. Also, please expect something huge to happen on Christmas Day, because Chris Chibnall and the BBC may not like Doctor Who Christmas Day specials, but we know Russell T Davies is the complete opposite. So Russell has decided to kind of give us a very special Doctor Who Christmas special, because on Christmas Day I have been told by my sources that the 14th Doctor will be announced this Christmas on Christmas Day on a special program. So look out for that. So this is going to be huge. Of course, it's all about who he's going to cast, and we're all going to have our opinions. We're even going to be even more excited. Or if we don't like who he's cast, we're going to be like, oh, I'll be like, if I've never heard of the actor, I'll be like, just going to wait to see what they do before, you know, I have an opinion. But I may say, well, I'm not that excited about it because I don't know much about this actor, but I'll wait and see. And I do trust that Russell kind of has the right things in his heart to be doing this. So let's read what Stephen Moffat said about this. Former Doctor Who showrunner Stephen Moffat reveals that he has talked to Russell T Davies about his plans for the show, calling them fantastic. By Nathan Graham Lowry of Screen Rant. Former Doctor Who showrunner Stephen Moffat reveals that he has talked to Russell T Davies about his plans for the show, calling his ideas fantastic. The two showrunners worked together during Davies' time in the role from 2005 to 2009. Moffat took over the position of showrunner following Davies' departure after the episode The End of Time. Davies will return to the position of showrunner in 2023 following the departure of current showrunner Chris Chibnall, as well as current Dr. Jodie Whittaker. Davies' era will be kicked off with the show's 60th anniversary special. I mean, that's huge. And he is very excited, Russell. I mean, he's like a kid. He'll be sitting there wishing he could tell us everything, and of course he can't. Anniversary special before being followed by the show's 14th season and beyond. Though plans for the future of Doctor Who are currently unknown, Davies' new era is already shaping up to have some of the biggest changes in the show's modern run. I agree. As not only will the series now be a co-production between Bad Wolf Studios and BBC, something we've spoken about in its entirety, very interesting, co-production between Bad Wolf Studios and... Well, let's talk about this. A co-production between Bad Wolf Productions and the BBC, yeah. Bad Wolf Productions will have creative freedom, they'll be in charge of it, and the BBC will just take the money. That's what a co-production basically means, and it does in this case. Between Bad Wolf Studios and the BBC, but Davies is reported to have complete creative control over the future of Doctor Who franchise. With Davies gearing up for his new era, one former collaborator has revealed that he knows what the returning showrunner has in store for the Doctor. God, can anyone tell me what it would take to bribe Stephen Moffat? Please let me know. Answers on a postcard. Speaking before a crowd at a Q&A at Oxford Union, Moffat was asked about his thoughts on Davies' return, as well as Chibnall's time as showrunner. After discussing his experience and thoughts on what it takes to take the job, Moffat revealed that Davies emailed him before the announcement, much to Moffat's disbelief. After a phone call where Moffat reminded Davies of the stress, the latter told Moffat his plans for the show. Moffat called Davies' plans fantastic, praising him as one of the best television writers and calling his return good for Doctor Who. Yes, I mean, it remains to be seen, but looking at the evidence of his first era, it's fantastic for Doctor Who. Check out what Moffat's response was below. I had no idea Russell was going to do that. He told me the night before. He sent me an email and I read it. I was just coming home from a restaurant and I thought, is that real? I'll see if that email's still there in the morning and see if that's real. And then I phoned him up and I said, have you read the writer's tale? Have you read it? Because I think you should. He said, oh no, I want to do it again. Let's say that again. He said, oh no, I want to do it again. I'm excited, I'm thrilled. And he told me his plans, and they're so fantastic. I mean, he's the single best writer in television drama, and he wants to do Doctor Who again. Great news for Doctor Who. As I say, that remains to be seen, depending on his plans, depending if he's bent the knees to the entertainment industry, which is not Russell T Davies, but we'll wait and see. But on the evidence of his previous era, you have to say this is fantastic news for Doctor Who. Though he left the show in 2017, Moffat has continued to support Doctor Who. In 2018, Moffat wrote a novelisation of the 50th anniversary episode, The Day of the Doctor, as part of the revival of Doctor Who Target novelisation line. Moffat also penned the webcast Pompadour and The Best of Days during the Doctor Who lockdown watch-along events. They were special times, weren't they? Brilliant, the Doctor Who lockdown, which continued the stories of his television episodes, The Girl in the Fireplace and The World and Time Enough, The Doctor Falls. While fans wait for details of what lays beyond Chibnall and Whittaker's departure, Moffat hints at Davies' plans are promising. It is also welcome to see that all the showrunners continue to have a strong friendship following their time on the show. Well, look, mate, they're a country club. They were friends. They were friends pre the revival. This is a country club. And it seems only the country club is allowed to run Doctor Who. That's something that, as excited as I am about Russell's return, this does make me feel very uncomfortable that an outsider will probably, you know, in the next 5 to 10 years will not be running Doctor Who. Eventually, obviously, they'll get old, but then there'll be a new country club, won't there? Obvious. With both Chibnall and Moffat having worked with Davies through his initial era of Doctor Who, it is possible they could at some point return to write episodes in season 14 and beyond. I think Moffat would definitely return. I mean, look, Russell isn't going to care what we think about Chris Chibnall. He could possibly let him have episodes again. I mean, they weren't that damaging for Doctor Who during the Russell T Davies era. I don't think they're people's favourite episodes. But there you go. They probably will come back and write for Russell's new era. So, this is the first kind of thing we've heard from anyone about Russell's plans. We've heard a lot about Russell's plans. We've heard lots of people say Russell's plans are going to knock your socks off there. Of course, this is both exciting and scary because you don't know what he's got planned. And as I say, because it's a country club, you don't really have, as Chris Chibnall said himself, it's not a democracy. They get to do whatever they fuck they want. And I am a kind of a supporter of creative freedom, don't get me wrong, but I think the consumer who's either got the power to make you successful or as failures should have some kind of, not authority there, but you should at least listen and read what people are saying, and I'm sure they do. So I think that is important. So at this moment in time, I'm very excited for Russell coming back, but of course, it does seem in a lot of ways as well like, oh my God, what we're going to do? We fucked this up. We better bring back the guy who originally kind of brought Doctor Who back so successfully. And there is an element of that. And everyone has an opinion of what Russell's going to do. I don't really have a strong opinion about what he's going to do. I've not really given any predictions. Some people think he's going to do what he did before. I think it will be a mixture. I think there will be a brave new direction. But Russell T Davies, as I said before, can only be Russell T Davies. So he's not going to be Stephen Moffat or Chris Chibnall. He's going to do his own thing. He will create the Doctor Who extended universe again. These are things he's going to do. So he's got big plans. He wants to do it. It'll be very interesting if anyone gets an interview out of him and asks him why he decided to come back. And I mean, I need more than, you know, I just felt I really wanted to do it. I want to know what motivated him to come back. Now, as we read there, Stephen Moffat reminded him as a good friend, reminding him of the stress running Doctor Who. But there's a big difference, as we've discussed many times before. This time, Russell T Davies and Bad Wolf Productions have a creative stranglehold over Doctor Who. For the first time, the BBC will have no say-so what happens with the Doctor and his future and this beautiful Doctor Who universe. Now, this both can be a good thing and a bad thing for Doctor Who. Now, I'll remind you, as I've reminded you before, what happened with Torchwood Miracle Day. That kind of thing, and it going to an American network, would be troubling for me because it didn't work out, did it? But the good point, the positive, is when you look at what Russell did with seasons 1 to 4 and the specials, and what he did with the complete Doctor's story arc was absolutely fantastic. I think when you look at both the positive and the negative, this can only be a good thing. But again, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are as a writer. And I mean, he's very good, and it's important that he's so good and he can make anything be good. But he really has got to be very careful who he's casting here. He's clearly already made this decision. There's no process going on right now. The decision has been made, and basically what would have happened was, when it was announced, he's already probably written a series, and he's definitely written the 60th anniversary special. I think he's done that already. I think he already would have cast his Doctor as well, because he wouldn't have announced it before that, so people didn't look into it and start leaking stuff. So it's under lock and key now. He's written his 60th anniversary, his 14th season, ready to go. He's cast his Doctor. Nobody knows who this Doctor's going to be. I don't know. It could be anyone. We've spoken about David Tennant coming back, Tom Holland. I think I said this, Doctor Who is so low down the pecking order now. It's taken such a kick in the teeth that I think an A-grade actor would be the best thing for Doctor Who. And under the tutelage of Russell T Davies, it could be something extremely special. This has been the Doctor Who Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with even more Doctor Who Daily. Until then, goodbye.